Hi guys, welcome back to iFashi. Today's video I'll be showing you guys how to make a bridal hand fan. Bridal hand fans are very easy to make. You can come up with any design of your choice. You just get the appliques that you'll be using, get the fan, get the gum, get whatever appliques you want to use to bring out the design that is in your head, right? Some persons use different types of feathers, ostrich feathers, chicken feathers, but it just depends on what you want to use. And then there's this electric rechargeable hand fan that I used as well. Some persons do not use that one. Like I said earlier, different designs. This hand fan, I'll be needing it in this one I made because I want it to be blowing me without waving the fan. So guys, this is the fan I got. I will not be needing the stick on this fan because the handle on the rechargeable hand fan will serve as the handle that I'll be holding on this fan. So I cut off the handle that came with this fan and then I trimmed out the shape that will fit my rechargeable fan. If you need something light, this fan alone can work for you. You just cover it up and decorate it. But I needed something really thick. That's why I went ahead and added paper. So after trimming it out now, the next thing I did was introduce the paper that I'll be adding to it. But first of all, I gummed these two fans together using this glue gun to make it one. Now after doing that, I brought the paper, like I said earlier, that I will be adding up to make it thicker, and I trimmed out the shape that would fit into the rechargeable hand fan, and then the shape that will also cover the fan I gummed before. It's very simple, guys. If without a voiceover, as you are watching this video, you can simply recreate this on your own using different designs, like I said earlier. You just make sure you buy the fan. If you do not buy the fan, some persons use a wood. A carpenter can even make a wood for you. Some persons use transparent net. That one is a different design entirely on its own. Then buy the name, the alphabet that you'll be using to make up the name that you'll be writing on the fan. Buy your feathers. Buy appliques. I had different types of appliques at home. I will just be playing around it to come up with any design that I feel it's okay for me. Now after gumming the paper to the fan, the next thing is I try to fit in this fan to it to see if it will stay, and it did. So the next thing is to cover this paper. Now you can use a crepe fabric, you can use a Duchess fabric, you can use a bridal material, but I decided to use a velvet because, like I said earlier, I want it to be very thick. Velvet has this rich thickness look that it gives. So that's why I opted for a velvet fabric. So I'll cover it up with a gum. I cut out two pieces, one for the front and one for the back, and I'll use this glue gun to gum it. And that's what I've done already. After gumming the first side, I've turned it over, applied the gum on the other side, cover it because I want the edge to be neat. After covering it, I trimmed off the excess. After trimming off the excess, the next thing is to bring the second fabric. Remember I cut two. I'm going to use it to cover this second side. Now while covering this second side, you place a gum on the part where the first side ended. And that's what I did, and I covered it. If you have a rough edge, you can cover it up with an applique. But mine is not so rough. Now the next thing is to cut out this part that I'll be putting the rechargeable fan through. After cutting it out, I'll gum the fan to it. Now before that, I tried to just try out the different appliques I told you earlier I had at home to see which would fit. But I decided to keep that aside first. When we get there, we will cross the bridge. So the next thing is to cut out this part I'll be attaching the rechargeable fan to and gum it all around. After gumming, I'll now fix the fan on it. Now I finished gumming and the rechargeable fan is sticked firmly to the fan that I gummed to it, that I covered with the fabric. Now the next thing is to try and cover this fan. This part really got tedious. I did not see it coming. I tried to cover this fan, this rechargeable fan, with this cup chain because I do not want it to be obvious that there's a fan there. So I used the cup chain to design that fan to give it extra beauty. And this is what we have, guys. Look how beautiful it's coming out. The next thing is to now place the applique I'll be putting to design it. So I got these feathers to put around the edges to give it that fluffy look. So I'll now arrange the name on it. This sequence fringe that I'm holding is what I'll use to cover the handle of the fan. But first, I'll go gum these feathers to it and the names, and I'll be right back. Now this is what we have. I've gummed the name I want to gum, and then the next thing is to use this sequence fringe to cover the handle. And guys, see how beautiful it came out. So beautiful. You can do different design. The fan itself is covered with this rhinestone cup chain, and then the handle is covered with my sequence fringes. The edges is covered with the feather I got, and it's so beautiful, guys. You can also do this other design that doesn't have a fan inside with by just putting the bridal and appliques and all around it, and you have what you want. Thank you so much for watching to this point. Remember to subscribe to iFashi if you haven't done that already. See you guys in my next video. Bye.